What is happening? Welcome back to the Past Alive, and thank you for joining me once again for the monthly and never-ending exhaustive 1990 tops and the search for the no-name on front Frank Thomas error card. And tonight we have a box of wax packs before us here, 36 packs to be exact. This actually was in another box that I completely forgot about, and I came across about a month ago or so. I had bought these a while back and totally spaced on picking them up, so that's always a nice surprise, especially when we're talking about 1990 tops. Typically these boxes nowadays they've gone up in recent years about 50 bucks, between 50 and 60 bucks compared to recent comps online. But as always, I will continue to open these and deplete the supply that seems to be never ending in search of this card that I've wanted since I was a little kid. We have 4 cards on the bottom of the box: Rice, Ripken, Sandberg, and Nolan Ryan. What a lineup there. Put that up to the side and start swashbuckling. Since Corey's not in here, we can use that term now, into these packs. And I looked online, and the most recent sale of this Frank Thomas error card was about a month ago, and it was sold for over 9,000 bucks, and it was $9,300 for a BGS 8. So that gives you an idea of the value of what we're looking for. It's very, very difficult to pull, and a lot of people think that this card is still not out there in packs, but I'm not giving up the search until I one day pull it. So will tonight be the night? We shall find out. If we don't find it, I'm sure we'll find a bunch of Mandela effects and funny photos in here nonetheless. But other rookies we're looking for, obviously Sosa's in here, Larry Walker, Bernie Williams, Juan Gonzalez also made their way into the set this year. But we start off with Ken Caminiti, Rob Deere, and his mullet, freshly combed, Bobby Bonilla, Paul L., and everybody else. What is happening? There's a Ripken. The very first pack, it seems like I struck gold because I see a Roger Craig manager card, and I'm really hoping that someone paid 120 bucks for that when I saw it at the flea market a couple years ago. Have not seen that guy have it since, so sounds like he cashed in that day. Bob Dernier and Harold Reynolds. We have the propaganda piece featuring the glossy All-Stars set and Big Mac on there. 2 propaganda pieces in one pack. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but this sweet top binder that I actually have sitting next to me, ironically enough. Andy Bettis, Doug Strange, Marcus Lawton, Glenn Allen Hill. The card always kind of creeped me out because I always felt like they were focusing on his neck. Greg Jeffries, Gold Cup, and Glenn Wilson. Ends that pack. Wacky Crackers, it's coming. Paul Ellis's plot twist: a flea market runner bought the Roger Craig. That would really be something. I would not be surprised. Which Lee Smith is more rare than 90 tops, the error or corrected version? Lee Smith, you mean Lee Smith's 82 Fleer rookie error? If that's what you're referring to, the corrected version is more rare. Frank White, there's Henry Cotto having the time of his life. Kevin Gross, Tony La Russa, and sweet throwback top shirts. Tangos' Fecal Gum. Hal Morris, that card would have pissed me the hell off back in 1990. Denny Heap, Nolan Ryan, 5,000 Ks, Eckersley, and dorky Ken Phelps to end that pack. I'll never get tired of seeing that card. Doug VK, what's going on, man? Just bought myself 150 1990 David Justice rookies. LOL, why? I don't know. You mean back in 1990 or recently? Because if you did it back in 1990, I would understand that. If you did it now, I would probably commend that because you probably didn't really pay very much for them, if so. Dan Quisenberry, I know I was talking to Corey about it probably yesterday. I remember I bought 23 Rafael Palmeiro 87 tops rookies for $1. Just because it was in a consignment auction. No one else bid on them. Like, it's Rafael Palmeiro. You know, a PEDI guy, obviously, but I mean, great career stats regardless. And like 20 some of his rookies for $1. I don't get them. Propaganda piece for binder pages. We got Quisenberry and Paul L. being pumped about that. Steve Balboni has some sort of weird warping to him that I'm kind of put off by. There's Big Mac. Zane Smith in all his hideous glory. Greg Matthews, Bip Roberts, John Hart, and Glenn Davis. I think I was like real obsessed with that Glenn Davis when I was a kid. I don't know why. I really could not tell you. That was probably a fad that lasted for about a week. We got Wally Moon's unibrow in the house. Sorry I'm late. Have you pulled any Kurt Schilling or Todd Zio rookies yet? Well, there are no sighting of either one of those yet. But we love having Wally Moon here. And we love his reference to these quote-unquote rookies. Very loose term. Is this Dave LaPointe supposed to be like that? I've seen that card a lot, and I don't remember that ever being on his abdomen. Paul L., what do you think about that? Kevin Brown, Charlie O'Brien. So just for the record, 90 Tops is not Kurt Schilling's rookie. And for some reason, I'm getting Mandela Effect vibes from Jay Tibbs. I feel like that card did not exist in the old dimension. Brian Harper, Brady Anderson, second-year card. Propaganda piece, Kurt Ford, Randy Myers, Ozzie Smith. So we're really seeing some big names. There's second-year John Smoltz and sharp percentage at pack. Brian Charles says, hey, John, Scott Rowland in this set. Scott Rowland is not in this set. He would not go on to make his debut in major league releases until 95. Scott Rowland's another one of those guys that only has a couple rookie cards. He's got 95 Bowman, 95 Bowman's best. And then one that I want to track down now, the parallel, the gold foil. I know Joe P posted a picture in the Facebook group recently. I'm like, ooh, I don't have that gold foil rookie. I need to get that. I mean, for a guy that only has a couple rookies, I feel like I need to add that one too. It's like 40 or 50 bucks raw. But before I choke, let me give a shout out to the unofficial sponsor of this video, Melito Perez for Jonathan H. Paul L says, some dumbass actually said Scott Roll. That's Hanky. Jeffrey Leonard. Michael King, what's up, man? Says, today's a day. What's going on, buddy? Fred Lynn, I sure hope you're right. Nolan Ryan, 5,000 Ks, Baines, and Roberto Alomar. Oh, I didn't get a chance to ask you, Michael, but you plan on going to the Washington show. I figured that you probably would because it's not too far away. You got Tom Candiotti and his menacing unibrow, I'm sure, coming up here. Robert Springs says, hello from South Carolina. Pull the name in front. Good luck. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate you being here, man. Jeff Kunkel starts his pack off. Mike Bilecki, Ron Darling, Cecil Espy. And looks like we have some foul play coming up in this pack. Can't remember where I bought these boxes from. Tom Foley. I think I bought them all from the same person, but it was a while ago. Brian Hardy takes the gum stand and has bled through the front. I don't know if I've ever seen like a miscut propaganda piece. Has anybody ever seen such debauchery in their lives? Because I have not. And I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So we're putting that in the background. Miscut propaganda piece. That's wild. Nolan Ryan finally shows up. Kevin Ritz, we got a Juan Gonzalez rookie card next. Because Kevin Ritz is always the precursor. And for some reason, those faces behind him look fake. I know they're kind of blurred out, but they literally look like they're from a different, like, period in time. Like, these people are from, like, the 1800s. Juan Gonzalez, could probably ask Mitch Williams about that. Ruben Sierra and Tom Candiotti. Wally Moons to send that propaganda piece to PSA. I should do that. Juan Gonzalez rookie card shows up, so we got one of them. I guess we might as well put that off in the background. Got Wade Boggs in this pack. Mark Guthrie starts it off. They are the Anunnaki. Steve Wilson, Keith Miller. There's Terry Pendleton. And Mark Parent. The gum really ate away at these cards like big time. I remember the last time I've seen it like this in 90 Tops. The debut of Tops Magazine. Boggs, Eric Hansen with his giraffe-like neck antics. Always creeped me out. Otis Nixon. Tom Glavine, Mike Stanley in that creepy side-eye, and Pete Incaviglia, or Incaviglia. Well, says we need a JC rookie sighting, so the extended rookie is still in a box somewhere, but we do have the more modern one that everyone has become infatuated with, and I don't blame them. Trevor Williams says Jay Tibbs was injured often after pitching too many innings early in his career. 1990 was his final season. Looks like he was enjoying baseball. It definitely does look like that. That's a pretty interesting fact. Trevor, thank you for that, man. Trevor's always bestowing random trivia and knowledge upon us here. Tony Pena, Rick Roden. Brooke Jacoby, that means Fred McGriff is next. It's the same collation every month. I feel like I know it the back of my hand now. There's Otis Nixon. I never really cared for him. I don't know why, but as a kid, that seems to be the case with my childhood. Terry Poole, Propaganda Peace, Boomer Wells, Donald Harris rookie card, Dotson, Uribe, Jim Clancy. I feel like the Jose Uribe craze is still going on. If you go on eBay right now and look at sold listings on that 90 Fleer card, like people are still paying stupid amounts of money for that. Like it's never going to end. It's never going to end. James Johnson, the Piazza Elite Series card gets you in good shape. It did, man. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. That was very cool of you. I probably will show that off in a future FMF video. If I ever do another one, I seem to kind of switch to Facebook Live for doing those. And I think I did one or two, and then I haven't done one since. Jose De Leon, Dykstra. Yeah, thank you again, James. I appreciate that, man. That was very cool of you. There's a Fisk. Yeah, the center of the pack cards really took a beating. Andrew Pieces, I wonder what percent of the world's 1990 Topps cards are owned by John. I get rid of all of them, though. I don't keep them. So we got 2 in a pack this time. I don't recall that being the case. Yeah, all of my bulk and my commons and stuff like that, I don't keep them. I put them in boxes and I sell them. Usually I put them on Marketplace and they're gone in like an hour. And I'll get like 20 people, and people get like aggressive about it too. Like they get angry when I sell it to somebody else. It's wild. It is absolutely wild. So we got a walked-in sighting floating down here. Can't have a live stream without Mike Walkton hovering over you. Mark Gardner, future star card, and no Frank Thomas in that pack. Top B says John should put together a complete gum stain back set. I know people that do that. I feel like gum stained back cards actually will sell for more than you would think. There are people that put them in binders. Pretty wild. Paul's pumped on that sighting, and it appears that Corey has abandoned me tonight. I don't see him in here. James says, I came across a 93 Bowman's best full set of refractors in the same set that Piazza came from. That's freaking awesome, man. Vance Law. We all know how I feel about that card. I don't think it goes without saying. Mike Jackson. Scott Geraltz. Surprisingly enough, he is in the background. Scott Geraltz and his 86 Donruss Laser Eye edition. Cyborg. Carlos Quintana, Billy Doran, Jeff Innes. Was definitely stoked on him briefly, probably back in like the late 90s, maybe mid 90s actually. Spanky LaValliere, Nolan Ryan, 5,000 Ks, and Kent Herbeck. All I notice is Corey's lurking for lot lizards tonight. I would not be surprised. The Vault guy says 90 Topps Lee Smith Air is a white triangle in the S for Sox. You know what? I don't know if I've ever seen that one or been made aware of it. I'll have to keep an eye out for it. That's pretty interesting, though. 543 collectibles. What's going on, man? Chris Carpenter, second year card. There's Willie McGee. Larkin, Bobby Witt Sr., Jeff Torberg. Be some pretty awful luck if the Frank Thomas was in the middle of the pack and it was the air and it was all gum stained. I would probably end it immediately. I would not be able to go on with that kind of bad juju on my hands. There's Dave West. I don't know how I feel about that card too. And Steve Olin ends that pack. Clinton Ray, what's happening with the Mike Walkton emoji? Gonna put some more emojis on there. Maybe I'll make that a priority for tomorrow. Give Mikey G his Willie McGee emoji. He's been promised for a very long time now. They keep letting everyone down. There's Brian Downing, Davis, Craig Biggio, second year, Don Zimmer. I wonder if that Don Zimmer 91 Topps card is still selling for like $15. For whatever reason, Dave Magadan. And there's Corey in the house with the Dennis Cook emoji. Fresh off the abandonment list. Bob Melvin, Jeff Parrott. And there's Donnie Baseball finally shows up. Roy Smith in that creepy X-Files background. But he is not part of the trifecta. We have not seen any of them yet, unfortunately. But we're about halfway through the box. So, Fred Lynn in the back of his pack. It's a turn back the clock card. Actually, that one's not. It does have one in the set, though. Randy Reddy, Phil Bradley, Manuel Lee, Greg Brock, Coleman, Devon White. So, Paul, did they ever give us 2 of these per pack before? I don't remember ever seeing that. Dante Bichette, Jerry Royce Lemke, and Fred Lynn. Brian Charles is working on merch for the Crown Center show. You know what? I haven't yet. Do you really think I should? I don't know if anyone would even be interested in that. I guess I'm kind of running out of time. Now it's like a little over 2 weeks away. Maybe I should get some of those TMNT design shirts made. That'd be pretty sick. There's Felix Fermin. Neil Heaton, Barry Bonds, first time seeing that. Key. Scott Bankhead having time of his life. Damon Berryhill. A name that I was not thrilled with as a kid. Paul says, I feel like they did, but it was in the jumbo 100 card packs. That's what I thought. I don't remember seeing these in wax packs, so that's kind of weird. Definitely, I would remember that, I feel like. There's that sweet Velcro hat. McDowell, Jim Abbott card. I think it's still listed on eBay for $10,000. Listed as some kind of spelling error. Jim Acker, Storm Davis, and Ed Nunez ends that pack. Dingle Berryhill. All I know is that Schilling rookies are big money. I don't blame the pack searches. Yeah, no sign of Schilling yet. Big time money. Ron Hassey starts it off. Tim Wallach, Jacoby again. Steve Finley, second year Ripken. And the gum tattered ruins of Bill Landrum. Checklist card. Craig Biggio, is it a partial blacklist? Doesn't appear to be. Same sheet as the Frank Thomas NNOF on front, though. Tom Gordon, and typically the collation is Tom Gordon, Kurt Schilling, and where the hell is Frank Thomas at? So there's the Kurt Schilling quote-unquote rookie card. It's not a true rookie, though. It is a first Topps card. Major difference. Andrew P. is cheering for a Pat Tabler. Not a blacklist Biggio, unfortunately. But literally robbed of a Frank Thomas in that pack. It's very disheartening. Raphael Belliard. There's Lois Einhorn. Robin Yount with some sort of strange UFO hovering in the background. I'm obsessed with that card. And his scraggly mullet, of course, flapping in the wind. Junior Felix, Nolan Ryan, 5,000 Ks. Do we have a Larry Walker rookie finally? I feel like it's been a long time since I pulled this card. It is indeed a Walker rookie. I think it's tough to pull. I've opened a lot of boxes of these, and it's not one I pull very often. The chiseled physique of Tommy Gregg, Hojo, and Louis Meadows ends that pack. You're an expert. You don't know how to love. A lot of anger in my heart as a kid, I guess. I don't know if I could really say hate. I strongly disliked them, and it was hate. Maybe it might be a harsh word. I disliked them when I was a kid. Strawberry. They had one bad photo. It was all over. See, there's only one in this pack. Strange. Hensley Mullins, Pascal Perez. John Wathen shows up. Jim Gotts, McReynolds, and a scum stash. And Lenny Harris. So where is the name on front? If it is to be found. Fernandez starts it off. Alvaro Espinosa. Show you off. Older than time itself. Alfredo Griffin, Paul Gibson. So now we're back to one in a pack. Very confusing box we have here. But I've seen worse. Tim Tuffle. And there's Biggio again. And this one is also not a blacklist. Unfortunately. Which is more rare. None in front of Scott Scudder. Probably Scott Scudder. And now that you say that, we haven't seen him in a while either. I swear that card is got low print numbers on it. Mike Aldrete, Lonnie Smith, first time seeing Henderson. No Griffey yet either. Earl Hershiser, Bruce Hurst. And Claudel Washington. At least the gum ruined cards. Oh, here we go again. We got Gordon. We got Schilling. And we got a Frank Thomas behind him. All right. Hold off on that until the end of the video. Jose Guzman, and we still got some packs left. Let's see if we can possibly find Thomas. Again. Yvonne Calderon. John Moses, who became an Omen during, I think that was during Yak Packs. You'll all be excited to know that in lieu of hitting 20,000 subs, I figured what better to do than get a couple boxes of 3 Bros in a card store. So I got those coming. I should be here any day. I figured we would rip those and give some stuff away. I haven't decided what I'm giving away yet, but what better way to ring something like that in than by giving away, or by opening crap packs and giving stuff away. Not many more things that are more fun than opening those god-awful packs. And events like German Gonzalez, double propaganda pieces, lead to the name on front. Yeah, I feel like, Paul L., you got to put those, I don't know, Drew Hall off the set of Futurama. I haven't seen that one in a while. I feel like the propaganda pieces have to go on the Omen watch list. Because if we get 3 in a pack, then that's a bad omen, as we already know. Maybe they will lead us to victory here tonight, finally. Sean Higgs says, I'll admit as a kid I was upset the Yanks traded Roberto Kelly for Paul O'Neill. There's Greg Maddox. Greg Bradley Gold Cup. These cards definitely have warping to them, and I don't know if it's from the way they're stored or from the gum or a combination of both. Back to 2 per pack again now. At least they're different. Ozzie Smith All-Star card. Cox, Maddox, Tapani, and checklist card is that pack. Trevor Williams' Biggio Blacklist, easy to spot. 1/3 of the background is gone. Yeah, I've never seen one in real life, but that makes sense. I feel like I was trying to look too hard for them, and they're easier to spot. Gary Carter, Fernando Valenzuela, Saberhagen, there's Rock Reigns. The gum stain goes to Jeff Weatherby. Saberhagen All-Star card, Sid Bream. Dan Bilardello, I definitely remember hating him as a kid, so not using that word, or not using the word dislike. I definitely hated him, and I think his 89 Fleer like really pissed me off as a young lad. And there's Brendan Williams rookie card. We'll put that in the back with Walker and Gonzalez. Bly Levin and Joe McGrain All-Star cards in that pack. We got 4, we got 9, 13, 14 packs left. Strongly dislike. And look at that. There is Tat Paddler with the gum stain. That would go for big money at auction. Paul says Dan Bilardello, looking like Greg from the Wiggles. Dave Gallagher, Tony Gwynn. There's Alan Anderson. McCaskill, Mike Flanagan. Tat Paddler took the stain on that one. Bartlett Giamatti. Phil Stevenson, his limp-wristed antics. Lee Brandt. Clutterbuck in that filthy and absolutely vile sweat-stained hat. And he is showing it off with nothing but complete pride. Jesse Orozco. And on to the next. Deion Sanders is indeed in the set. It's not a rookie card, though. His rookie's an 89 tops traded. So, not to be considered a rookie. Same with Albert Bell. Not a rookie. It's Joe Girardi's second-year card. Johnny Ray, Gerald Perry, Vaughn Hayes. I do hate that card. I hated him as a kid. Ransom Mullinex. The gum stain goes to Mike Henneman. That hat was baptized in the Dead Sea. Jeff Russell, Alejandro Payne. There's Robin Younts. I feel like this card is a precursor for Sosa rookie. I don't know why, but there's Bob Kipper. And still haven't found a Sosa yet. That's that and the Griffey Gold Cup. I'm not seeing any of that either. One Frank Thomas, which is yet to be unveiled. Ron Robinson, what is happening? I'm digging that name. Tim Jones, looking like Todd Zeal. Jose Lean, Doug DeCenzo. Almost going to call Mandela effect on that, but I think I have seen that card before. Frank DePino. It's that creepio Sergio Valdez card. Mike Smith, Puckett All-Star card, Steve Cummings, and Matt Williams ends that pack. Rich Billy says, I want to grow a mullet for no other reason than to know what it feels like to have it flap in the wind. It is a feeling of absolute freedom. I should know because I have one right now. At least, I don't know if I'd really call it a mullet, but my hair just grows longer in the back, faster. So, ends up being a mullet, and I just go with it, and it does flap in the wind, and people are pumped on it. George Brett throwing a temper tantrum in the outfield, and that is going to be followed up with the Civil War era Mitch Williams, Lee Smith, and it doesn't appear to be the error card that was mentioned earlier. Teddy Higuera, John Kruk, Apier, Sachs, Schmidt, Gibby, Todd Zeal, and there's Mickey Weston. Mickey Weston finally shows up, and we have to pay homage to him. Paul L. is pumped on that Civil War Mitch Williams. The Devault guy says that Lee Smith is the corrected version. Well, now I'm going to obsess over the error version. Teddy Hugger. That's what we used to call him. Teddy Hugger. And I'm pretty sure we didn't like him either back then. I don't know why, but that is always the case. Couldn't give you an answer why. I probably couldn't have back then either, or my memory is shot. I haven't figured it out yet. Mike Scott, another strange orb appearing in the background of John Franco. I'm obsessed with that also. That's going to go in my now newly founded orb collection. We got Franco. Oh, I almost gave that away. All right. It's got to move that over here a little bit. Franco, we got Yount. I know that they're fairly common, but gotta obsess over something in this box because I have not found the minimum front yet. Keyword is yet there. Mike Lacrosse ups it off. Ken Hill, we got the Gold Cup Griffey shows up. And I'm not going to obsess over the bloody scab or anything else. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. But a second-year Gold Cup Griffey, we will put that off to the side. I'm not going to put it in the rookie pile, but it will be over here. Mike Gallego, Louis Polonia, Noakes, another creepy side-eyeing Sergio Valdez. Definitely cannot trust him with a secret. Puckett and Steve Cummings again. We got 8 packs left for this rip. And I think next month, I told you guys before, I bought a few jumbo packs. I'm like almost positive that name on front can be found in those jumbo packs. So they're like $20 a pack now. So I got 3 of those. I'm going to try to secure like some other random cellos or jumbos and just make some sort of hodgepodge lot. Dave LaPointe, so that card is supposed to be like that, actually. I know we talked about that earlier in the rip. Mel Hall, minus the poop stain, unfortunately. Paul Kilgis. Dave Bergman. There's some sort of strange blemish down there by that text box, so I'm also obsessed with that. That's going in the abnormality collection. Dick Hauser, very, very hostile and pissed in that photo. I love it. And then there were 7. Yeah, the poop stain was 1991 tops. Mel Hall wearing an orange now. That's right. We were talking about that recently. Omar Vizquel, second-year card. Eddie Murray. Al Newman. Treadway, Ozzie Guillen. Gene Harris. Cangelosi. Ruben Sierra. Chris Gwynn. This gum really did a number on these. Jim Rice. The final 6. Mario and Duncan to greet us on the backside. Chris Carpenter once again. Yodi Wan says, sorry I'm late. My usual questions. Have you pulled a Civil War era Mitch Williams or a Glenn Allen seal? Yodi Wan, thanks a lot, man, and welcome. Glad you can make it. You just missed the Civil War era antics of Mitch Williams. There was a few packs back, but he has come out, and Glenn Allen seal was showing off all his neck muscles earlier in this rip. We did see one of those, too. Card creeps me out. Marquise Grissom rookie card was a hot one back then. Dave Johnson, Kelly Gruber, a.k.a. Dave Coulier. And where is the Sosa rookie? No sign of that one yet. Marty Peavy, Tom Browning. There it is again. You already won. Just in time for it. There is the Mitch. Here is the Lee Smith. I'm pretty sure that's the corrected version. Again. And we got a Ben McDonald rookie card as well in here. The hot one back then. Roger Clemens, Mackie Sasser. I feel like I've never seen that card in my life before, which is very odd to me. So I will call Mandela effect on that one. Pushing buttons. What's happening, man? Alan Trammell takes the gum beating in this pack. Ernest Riles, let's open these up ahead of time. Alex Sanchez in here. These cards are like harder to shuffle through the 90 Fleer because of all the gum damage. There's Paul O'Neill for Mikey G. Shane Raleigh, another one that doesn't look familiar to me. Mike Brumley, absolutely terrified to field that ball. You can see it in his face. And Hugh Brooks takes the gum. Jason Grimsley. Jason Grimsley was actually the guy, I think it was 92 upper deck. I'm pretty sure where he had the like weird mutant looking face. And his arm was like unhumanly possible. Fred McGriff, Jimmy Jones. I think I have it sitting next to me somewhere, but it's buried underneath a bunch of crap. Bob Walk, Eric Anthony Future Star card was a hot one back then. Ernest Riles, Dave Schmidt, Bob Guerin Gold Cup, Jeff King rookie card. Tangus says Pugh must have gotten a hold of this box. He must have done something to this. Alan Trammell, Gum Stain, and we're going to be down to 2 packs here. We still got a Frank Thomas to unveil at the very end. Paul said I would have hated Jason Grimsley if I grew up in the 90s. I just know it. Yeah, see, I grew up in the 90s too, and I don't really remember him, but I'm sure that I was not too fond of him either. So we got to the final 2. Brian Charles' last on the red flat rail, got some grind. You know what? It's at my garage right now. I did take one of the grind boxes up to a church. So I bought a tarp, and I wrapped it up, and we took it up to a church and threw it in the weeds. And it looks like a body is hidden in the weeds in a body bag. We did before to school, a local school. It was kind of buried in the weeds, and we'd go over and take it out, and people were just absolutely horrified by it. So kind of the same situation, but now to the church. Oh, it's great. Ed Nunez, the final 2 packs before we see if this is indeed the name on front. I'm going to go through these rather quickly. That's another card I feel like I've never seen before. And Luis De Los Santos. Leslie Osteen says, hey, I got a Billy Buckner joke for you. Leslie, was that you that sent me the Dave Martinez error card? I feel like it probably is. If it is, I've been trying to get a hold of you via email for the last few weeks. Last pack. Push buses, we had rails we chained up behind a stadium at college. Nice. Tim Belcher's Keith Miller. Mark Parent, Steve Bushell, also sporting a scraggly mullet. Tangus' Mandela, count 7. It's a lot for 1 box. Usually it's like 1 or 2. Seitzer, McGriff, Jimmy Jones, Bob Walk, future star card, Felix Jose, never cared for him either. Ozzie Smith, and it's time. Jeff Hamilton looking non-human. I was thinking that too. So we got, what was there, 2 Kurt Schillings? Yeah, 2 Kurt Schillings in the box, 1 Griffey, a Williams rookie, Walker, Juan Gonzalez, and then 3 oddball cards with strange blemishes on them that I'm obsessed with, and a Frank Thomas that we are about to unveil. Yeah, Leslie, send me an email, please. I sent you, I think, 2 or 3 emails before. Please respond to that. I have a package I want to send out to you. So here's the iconic card, but the question is it going to have text on the front? I don't know what I'll do if it doesn't. And I'm going to say that you can already tell, as soon as you get this far, you can already tell that it's not the error because you can see the black at the top of the box. So the depressing feeling kicks in once again. The Frank Thomas corrected version with name on front, but still an iconic rookie card that I will always cherish. Nonetheless, the search must continue. the first of each month from now until the time I'm pulled, or until all the 90 tops is completely depleted off of the face of the earth. I will never ever give up. I will pack pull that card and own it someday. So I want to thank you guys all for being here in this exhaustive and disappointing search month. Floyd fan says, you see that Robert Parrish error card I posted? I don't think I did see that. You posted in the Facebook group. I'll check it out after the video's over. Always looking for new error cards. But yeah, that's it for tonight. I'm not sure where the next video will be. It'll probably be a weekend recap, I imagine, if I get out there and find some stuff. But in the meantime, take care. And I appreciate you guys all watching and being here. And I'll see you all guys next time. Have a great night, guys.